Hello, investors. Today we're going to be looking at how you can make money from the Nigerian stock market. And I'm going to be deriving these key lessons from the ex-First Bank chairperson, Mrs. Ibukun Awosika. Now, this is what she said. Let me put that on. Right, so let me play this.
That the problem I find with a lot of Nigerians, especially old people, they buy it as if it's a piece of jewelry. Stock market is not to buy paper. Some people have bought shares for 20 years. They've not done anything with it. Frankly, it's a tradable asset. Your
You see this thing she said, tradable assets. Hold it, hold on to it. We are coming for it.
and the way you make money from it is okay. I'll give an example. So last year, when all the banks started fundraising, somebody bought some shares of one bank. And as those shares got to a point, it was clear that dividend was going to come. But the person who understands the stock market knew that this particular bank doesn't have much room to grow anymore in terms of the value of their shares because it was already overpriced. So the person took profit, sold a percentage of it, took profit, took part of that money, went to buy the shares of another bank.
Can you see that? Did you hear her? She said the person invested in a particular stock and then someone advised him, whoever advised him, God bless him, told him to this stock is no longer valuable and it's overpriced. The problem is that we as average investors, most average investors don't know when a stock is overpriced. All right. You don't even know whether you're buying at a high price or at a low price or at its fair price. Right. This is another problem we have in the stock market, which is why people are falling. People are always complaining that the Nigerian market is not profitable for them because they don't know when to buy and when to sell. So this person is telling them that this stock is already overpriced. Take your profits and move to a stock that is still undervalued.
Why? Because that bank had more room to grow, but it was also within the window. There's like a 90 days window within which if you already own the shares, you will partake in their dividend for that year. Most people don't understand.
What she just simply explained is what you can see on any financial news, where she's simply saying that there's what we call an ex-dividend date, a date that you're supposed to own shares in this company before they're going to pay you dividend. You need to own their shares before that date if you're going to get dividend. So there's the earnings date. This is the date that most companies would advertise and say, hey, oh, we're about to release our earnings report for the year or for the first half or for the first quarter. That's the earnings date. But then the ex-dividend date or the record date is the date that you must own shares in the company, because that record date is when the company will now go through their registrar to see who owns their shares and in what amount, so they can then allocate the dividends. The payment date is the date that you're going to receive your dividends in your bank account. So understand the different dates. And when you're looking at stocks to invest in, especially dividend paying stocks, you need to start looking at the dates. All right, start looking at the dates, the ex-dividend dates, the earnings dates, the record dates.
It's not about holding the share for a whole year or for 10 years. There's a date, there's a cutoff date. If you have shares by that date, you will take dividend no matter what. So the person said, okay, sell this portion, go and buy, take profit, go and buy this number of shares from that other bank.
Now, I also want to say that taking profits is very important. It is very, very important. Some of us, guys, we have the mindset that we'll come to the stock market and say, yes, we want to keep this for long-term purposes. But please, you know when a stock is overpriced. And I always tell my clients that markets have cycle. There is the boom, there's the bull market, and there's the bear market. The bull market is when everything is going up, just like how what we are seeing in the Nigerian stock market. Everything is actually going up. But the bear market, every single thing is going down. And we are just coming out from a bear, would I call it bear season, or not really bear, okay, because we didn't see much decline in stocks. But still, there is a bull and bear market. So the team, what she's trying to explain is a finance principle, an investment principle called the velocity of money. And if you Google the velocity of money, what it actually means, it will tell you that it is how fast money circulates through an economy. This is how rapid money moves through a person's hand, through the bank account, through the economy, just how fast money moves. That is the velocity of money. But it is an investment principle because as an investor, you're supposed to understand the velocity of money for yourself. It means that when you are planning to invest in any financial scheme, any business venture at all, you're telling yourself that, okay, at this point, I'm going to take profit and collect back my capital and leave the interest to be running. All right. That is simply investing money. How fast you can recover your capital from different assets. And I also explained it on a video, one of my videos on TikTok, and I think on YouTube, where I also said that if you have an emergency fund with PiggyVest, the only thing you have is 500,000 naira. Let's just wait 1 year. PiggyVest pays you 60,000 naira with that 60,000 naira as interest on that 500,000 naira, or you lock it up with any savings account that pays you 20%, and you get 100,000 naira, right? You get 100,000 naira for that 500,000 naira. That 100,000 naira, you move the 100,000 naira to either bonds, you move it to either stocks, right? So my 500,000 naira is still there, which is my initial capital, it's still locked there. That 100,000 naira, I'm going to move that 100,000 naira into investing in the stock market. Back then, the stock market was investing in stock market or investing in bonds. Bonds were paying 17% per annum. So I can decide to lock 50,000 naira for bonds that is paying 17% per annum, and then move the remaining 50,000 naira to the stock market or to the crypto market. If I want to gamble, I gamble, like I can gamble 50, I can gamble 20 in the crypto market. But then 30%, maybe I used to buy one stock that's going to pay me dividend. You can see how that money, that just only that 500,000 naira has given birth to babies that are in different investment vehicle, that is in different asset class, bonds, crypto, stocks. So you need to understand all of this, because that is how you're going to make money from the Nigerian stock market. You need to understand that when you're investing, let's say you're investing 1 million naira into the Nigerian stock market, you tell yourself that, this 1 million naira, if I recover 20% of this 1 million naira, that is 200,000 naira. This is what I'm going to do with the money. If you recover 20%, right? If you got 20%, if you get 20%, like 1.2 million, right? You can decide to sell off the extra 200,000 naira and move 200,000 into a stable security. That's moving your money away from the stock market guarantees that you have access to it. It's the same thing I told crypto guys, people that are trading crypto and forex. When you are making the money, you move the money out. Once you make profit, move your profits out. Once you make profit, move your profit out. Don't keep it there and say you want to grow your account, because you know the market, how the market behaves. They're just smiling at you and wait for the money to grow. Maybe move from $100 to $1,000. You've grown it, you built a portfolio from $100 to $1,000. They just wait down one small pew, money is gone. So please, one of the wisest, she said she called it a wise decision to make, is to move your money, understand the velocity of money as a financial principle, rotate your money for multiple dividends. Never fall in love with a stock and say, oh, I'm holding this stock till I die. It's not happening, because she just said that's point number one. It is a tradable asset. All right.
And now that is dividend season, you get dividend from two banks rather than from one, and you also get capital gain because the share has increased in value, which allows you to be able to sell and take profit. The general practice with the shares is you consider what is a safe value return on your shares.
You see this particular one she just said now, very important, because most people come into the stock market looking for 1000x, looking for the stocks that will multiply your money by 1000. Maybe you want to put in 100,000 naira now, and tomorrow you want to wake up to 1 million. It doesn't work like that unless you have been investing multiple amounts of money. That means 100,000 naira this month, 100,000 naira next month, 100,000. That is it. And then as you buy at different share prices, it compounds, and if it goes up, you make something like that. But say you want to put your money 100,000 naira and tomorrow wake up to 1 million in the Nigerian stock market. US stock market is somehow possible. It's somehow possible. But the Nigerian stock market, it's somehow possible in the US stock market. I know I say somehow possible because some stocks are doing like 500% in a year. So yeah, that one is somehow possible. But Nigerian stock market, some stocks also did 400%. Like Owando moved from last year 9 naira to 19 naira and then dropped back to 15 naira. So people that bought Owando at 9 naira, if they, I don't know if this has been recorded, if they someone at 9 naira, if they took profit at that 19 naira, they would have sealed the deal. But them waiting like it's going to go, it's going to go up. Understanding that market have cycles. Look, I dropped down from 90 to 50 naira. It's currently at 53 naira as we speak, Owando shares. But people that understand how this market works knows that if this thing jumps to even if they see that from 9 naira to 16 naira, they see that 16 naira, they are taking profit. They are taking profit. Let it be that whatever goes happens because you cannot control the stock market. You don't know what's going to happen. So you don't say it's not your father that owns the stock market. It's not your father, it's not your great grandfather. It's not even the government that owns the stock market. So the stock market moves based on demand and supply and different factors that affect the stock market. So please decide for yourself that 20% is a good amount for you as a return on investment for a year, or if you even see it before a year, you take profit. Decide for yourself because some people are looking for 1000x and your money will go up and come down and you will not be able to cash out.
A wise person can say every time my share price appreciates by 40% or 50%, I will sell some. I will sell a percentage, enough to recover my original investment. I will now leave the remaining in it so if even if that share crashes, I haven't lost anything because I've recovered my original investment and some profit. And then you take the profits, it can meet your cash flow.
So that even if that share crashes, you haven't lost anything. You haven't lost anything. Please, I hope we all heard her. Thank you, Ma, for this wisdom, and thank you all for watching this video. I am super excited. This is I also did something like as a proof to show that this actually works. So I bought this stock NDIF. I heard that the cutoff date was July something, and they're going to pay dividend in August. So I bought NIDF stock, right, with my chickly money. People that say now I can't use 5,000 naira to invest. You can use 5,000 naira and invest. Look at it here. Oh. I bought this stock. I just bought 15 units of this stock and this NIDF, Nigerian Infrastructure Debt Fund, because I heard that the dividend, they were paying dividend for in August. And I bought it at in July 21st, 2025. And look at look at how much they paid as dividend, 134 naira. And they paid this is it, NIDF. Can you see it? NIDF payment. So they paid me August 1st. Pay me August 1st. Now the problem, even if I use 50,000 naira, even if I use 500,000 naira, I'll be getting extra zeros on this money that you're seeing right here. Now the issue is most companies once they pay dividend, right? Once they pay dividend, the share price tend to drop. Look at I bought this stock at I don't know if I bought this stock at 5,800. Box at 5,800. Look at the current value is 5,650 because I bought at 1,000. I bought it when the share price was 116 naira. So now it's 113 naira. So I've lost how much? I've lost 150 naira, right? Um, and then the payment 234 naira. So give or take, I made just 80 naira from this stock, and I can decide to sell now and collect back my capital and move forward. Even if this was 500 units, even if this was 1,000 units, you get the point. This actually works. I just wanted to use this as an example. I did this as an example. It's not me that is in 5,000 naira. But I just did this as an example to show to you guys that this actually works. So understand the cutoff date. So let me show you how you can know cutoff dates as a Nigerian investor. Please just subscribe to my channel. Do subscribe. Now I'm also going to be listing out Nigerian companies that are paying the highest dividend, but this is just to show you what I mean. Can you see this place here? Dividend yield, last ex dividend date. This ex dividend is June 24. Last pay date. That means these guys they paid 11%. 11%, meaning that if you invest 1 million, you're getting 110,000 as your dividend, right? And if you bought before June 24th, before this date, you will look at it since you will receive you're going to receive dividend July 31st, 2024. This is just an example. So make sure to excuse me. So make sure to understand how to pick valuable stocks because that's even the key thing. It's not about picking stocks and then not rushing to buy stocks because of the dividend they are paying out. Understand if the company you're buying is valuable. That's one of the things she said. Please pick that. It's valuable. Two, know when it is overpriced and underpriced. And you can learn that in the six-figure stock bootcamp, right? The link is in my bio on YouTube or anywhere on Facebook. So learn how to evaluate stocks by looking at the financial report and understanding what a good stock and a good company is and a bad stock and a bad company is. What's the difference? All right. Yeah. So thank you all for watching. See you in my next video. And the next video is going to actually be the top Nigerian paying dividend stocks. That's what's coming up. So see you. Make sure to subscribe and like. Thank you guys. Take care.